Alley Cats and new viewers. So today I'm reviewing Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Hellblade is the latest game from Ninja Theory, whom I'm a huge fan of. I loved Enslaved Odyssey to the West and DMC Devil May Cry, so I had very high expectations for Hellblade, especially because this game deals heavily with the topic of psychosis, and I ended up loving this game to pieces. Hellblade follows the story of Senua, who is traveling to Helheim to try to save the soul of her beloved Dillion, but Senua suffers from psychosis, so throughout the game, you're constantly hearing voices telling you, "You're not good enough, go back, it's dangerous, you're going to die, she's an idiot." And I highly recommend you wear headphones, by the way, because that makes the experience so much more immersive and so much more realistic, because having headphones on, you hear those voices in each of your ears, and it's so discombobulating and it freaks you out, but it's so powerful. And as Senua continues on her journey, she has to defeat several different bosses, and she has to go to different environments, and it's just such a compelling journey. The performance from Melina Juergens as Senua is incredible. She gave such a raw, powerful performance, and I really connected with Senua, and I wanted her to survive and to save the life of Dillion. I wanted to see her come out on top. Also, the visuals are amazingly beautiful for the most part. There are a couple of instances where it's a little iffy, but most of the time the visuals are outstanding. All the different environments feel unique, and it feels like you're right there in the environment. Everything looks realistic. It's incredible. I love the fact that they sprinkle Norse mythology throughout this game, because when you're traveling through the game, if you go and look in every nook and cranny, you'll find slabs that you can focus on, and these slabs tell you stories that are based in Norse mythology, and that was just really interesting to me, and it added a little extra flavor to the game. I also really love the combat of this game. Even though there aren't a huge variety of enemies in this game, each enemy does have their own fighting style, so you have to predict their moveset, and when they're weak, you attack them. This is not a game that you can button mash your way through. You have to figure out when the enemy is going to attack, when they're weak, and you have to evade. You can't just hope for the best. You will die if you do not evade and carefully plan your attacks, and I think that was a genius move on Ninja Theory's part. And Ninja Theory is known for having excellent combat, so they do not disappoint in this regard with this game. Also, the sound design is outstanding. Like I mentioned before, the voices in your head are just insanely well done, but also you can hear streams trickling nearby, you can hear fires roaring, you can hear creepy moans and shouts and footsteps, and it's just so well done. There are a couple of things that I didn't really gel with this game. First off, I noticed texture pop in several times throughout the game. It's not a deal breaker, but when the game is so beautiful, noticing texture pop in kind of distracts from the experience. Also, I got so tired of the environmental puzzles. Throughout this game, as you're traversing your way through these different underworlds, you come across doors that are locked, and you have to focus on the doors, and the doors have symbols on them, and then you have to find the symbols in the environment around you, and I know why they implemented this technique, but I feel like they used it way too much in this game, and I felt like it was busy work. I just was annoyed by having to go around my environment and try to find these shapes, and it just felt like there were too many of these puzzles. If there had only been a couple, I feel like it would have been way more effective. Also, even though I love the combat, the fact that the camera fixes on your back and doesn't really move is a hindrance to the combat, because a lot of the times there will be 4 enemies attacking you at once, and you'll have some come behind you, but you can't tell that they're behind you. Sometimes one of the voices in your head will tell you, "Hey, look out! There's someone behind you!" But a lot of the times it wouldn't tell you, so I'd be fighting an enemy, I'd get hit from the back and knocked down. It was just really frustrating having that fixed camera during combat, when in the rest of the game, the camera was not like that at all. So overall, I really enjoyed Hellblade. More than I thought I would, and that's saying a lot because I had very high expectations for this game. The performance by Melina Juergens as Senua was incredible. I loved the narrative. I loved how they treated psychosis with intellect and respect. The visuals were outstandingly gorgeous. The sprinkling of Norse mythology throughout the story was fascinating, and the combat was satisfying yet challenging. The only issues I had with this game were the texture pop in, the overuse of the environmental puzzles, and the fixed camera during combat. So I'm giving Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice a 9 out of 10. This is easily worth the $30. If this is your type of game, I would have paid $60 for this game, and that's saying a lot because I can't just afford to go pay $60 for every game out there, but for this game, I would have done so. And it's highly worth checking out if you think it sounds interesting to you. So if you like this video, leave a like. Let me know down below if you've played Hellblade and what your thoughts on it were. And also if you like the video, make sure to share it because it helps my channel grow. If you're not subscribed already, but you like what you've seen and heard, hit the subscribe button down there and also tap the notification bell so that you'll be alerted every time I upload a new video or start a new live stream. If you'd like to follow me on social media sites or check out my blog or anything else like that, they're all listed in the description box down below. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and kisses. Bye. Sing me a song of a lost that is gone. Oh, hey, you're still here. What a crazy random happenstance. Well, since you just caught me singing and ringing off guard, you might as well click on my floating face that will appear over here soonish and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you'd like to see my previous video, it will be up here somewhere. And if you'd like to see a playlist of videos that you can watch on repeat all day, every day, for the rest of your life, you'll find that over here as well. I'm going to go back to reading my favorite book of all time. Okay, you can go now because I'm really deep into a Jamie Fraser plotline.